Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's presence before they even said a word? That's power. Real power. It's not in their voice, it's not in their words, it's in their silence. But here's the problem. Most of us think power comes from how much we say. We think if we talk enough, explain enough, or argue enough, we'll convince people to see us, respect us, follow us. But that's a lie. In fact, the more you talk, the less people listen. The more you explain, the less people respect. The louder you are, the weaker you seem. We've all been there. You're in a meeting, or maybe it's a family gathering, and there's that one person who won't stop talking. They dominate the conversation, filling the air with words. Do they impress you? No. You tune them out. You think, when will they stop? Why? Because words like currency lose value when there are too many of them. Imagine throwing coins into a fountain. The more you throw, the less valuable each coin becomes. Overtalking isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. It gives away your power. It reveals your plans, your insecurities, and your weaknesses. When you talk too much, you're like a glass of water spilling everywhere. But when you speak less, your words are like a sharp blade, precise, intentional, and impossible to ignore. Silence is your greatest weapon. It forces people to lean in. It makes them curious. It shifts the dynamic in your favor. Think about some of the most influential people in history. Steve Jobs, for instance. He didn't walk into meetings yelling ideas or arguing his points. No, he'd sit quietly, observe, and when he finally spoke, his words carried weight. Why? Because he didn't waste them. Silence creates presence. And presence, that's magnetic. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You need to be deliberate. You need to own the silence. Because the person who can sit quietly without feeling the need to fill the air, that's the person who truly commands the room. When you speak less, people notice. You project confidence. You show the world that you don't need to explain yourself, defend yourself, or prove yourself. And that confidence is irresistible. Think about this. Have you ever noticed how the quietest person in the room often holds the most authority? They don't fight for attention. It naturally comes to them. Why? Because people trust those who think before they speak. They respect those who speak only when they have something meaningful to say. And here's the secret. When you speak less, people hang on to every word. Your silence makes them curious. Your words make them believe. But how do you do it? How do you master this skill? Let me give you 4 practical steps. 1. Listen first. Walk into any room and resist the urge to talk. Observe. Pay attention. You'll notice things others miss. And when you finally speak, you'll be speaking from a place of understanding, not ego. 2. Speak with purpose. Before you say anything, ask yourself, does this add value? If it doesn't, don't say it. Speak because you have something meaningful to share, not because you feel obligated to fill the silence. 3. Master the pause. Silence isn't awkward, it's powerful. When you pause before you speak, you create anticipation. You show that you're in control of the room. Use that pause to your advantage. 4. Let actions speak. At the end of the day, words can only do so much. If you want to truly command respect, let your results speak louder than anything you could say. Let your work, your presence, and your discipline do the talking. Let me tell you what happens when you start speaking less. You'll notice people treat you differently. They'll start respecting you more, listening to you more, and even seeking your advice. Why? Because your words will carry weight. You'll stop wasting energy trying to convince people, trying to prove yourself. Instead, you'll channel that energy into becoming undeniable, into building something so powerful, so successful, that no one can question it. And most importantly, you'll notice a shift within yourself. You'll feel more confident, more grounded, and more in control. Because when you speak less, you stop seeking validation. You become the kind of person who doesn't need to explain their value. It's obvious. So, starting today, speak less. When you walk into a room, don't fight for attention. Own the silence. Let your presence do the talking. And when you do speak, make it count. Remember this. Power isn't in how much you say, it's in how much weight your words carry when you do speak. Speak less. Command more. And watch how the world starts to listen.